I think we are live. Yes, I see us. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, I just want to make sure. I need some comments or some love just to make sure that we have got this. So, hey everybody, Team Eichenhorst. I am super, super, super excited to be here with y'all tonight with two of my favorite people ever. I have Amanda McMaster, Senior Ruby, Mandy Delbaum, Senior Ruby. These two ladies, they are two people that I want you guys to follow. They are well on their way to Emerald. Both of them have two of the strongest, fastest growing teams on Team Eichenhorst. And you guys, the thing that I love most about these ladies is that they are all about duplication and systems and helping their teams to be as successful as they can possibly be. And I'm gonna really brag on them in just a minute, but I want you guys to know that tonight is all about helping each one of you be as successful as you can possibly be in your Plexus business. And one thing about our awesome industry, one thing about Plexus, one thing about our team and all the leaders on our team is there are so many resources. And a lot of times our direction or our attention can be in a million different directions and we don't really know where to focus. And that, I think, holds so many people back. Even something like investing in yourself and personal development, valuing that, loving that, doing that daily, it's important, but it can't distract you from the main thing. And that is your personal activity. And that's what we want to talk to you guys about today is the main thing. So I don't know if you've noticed, but today I've uploaded several files to Team Eichenhorst, and I have also deleted a ton of files from Team Eichenhorst. I was just telling Amanda and Mandy, there was a bunch of garbage back there. And one question that I get so often is, what do I do? Like, I want to be successful. I want to go all in. What do I do? How do I get started? How do I get my people started? And that's what we're going to focus on today. So I want to talk to you guys about smart signups and duplication really quick. And these two ladies, Amanda and Mandy, they have one of the highest rates of bringing people on successfully the right way, signing people up smart, meaning their people are buying welcome packs and their people are joining with a subscription order set up. That is a smart sign up. That is how you poise and position yourself for success in Plexus. But that isn't going to happen on most teams unless you have a really good, strong system of duplication. So I just want to congratulate these two for really leading by example and making sure that they're building their businesses strong. And they're doing that because they are showing the people, number one, they're building smart, but they're showing the people that they're bringing on the smart process from the very beginning. You guys, one of the biggest business killers is not starting people off smart. It will hurt your business. And they feel lost and they don't have direction. And you feel lost. You don't have direction because you don't know how to best lead them, okay? So we want to make sure that we're bringing people in with welcome packs. We're signing them up with subscription orders. We know that if someone joins and they don't have a subscription order, that there's an 80% chance, this comes straight from corporate, there's an 80% chance that they're not going to order again. And you're cutting off their results before they even start because they are not going to have a second order come through. So you've got to make sure that you're setting people up for success so that they can have the results. And it's so much about them, so much about helping people. If someone is going through the sign up process, you guys, and they say that they don't want a subscription order, then oftentimes I'll be very blunt and say, okay, that's fine. Then let's not sign you up as an ambassador unless you're ready to commit to your health and to your results. I don't want you to waste your $34.95. The $34.95 is an investment for 1 year so that they can get the best price possible. We don't want them wasting their money. Okay, so we're bringing people on right, okay? We're signing them up, we're setting them up with success for our products, and with their subscription order set up. But now, what do we do with them? That is the question. And that's where we are going to help you. And you guys, we, all three of us, especially Amanda and Mandy, but we are a part of the Legacy Leadership Academy that Bob Heilig does. So a lot of this is coming straight from an industry leader, someone that has built his business. He's no longer in his company, but had 100,000 people on his team. I mean, massive teams. And he says that duplication is everything, but it has to be simple. It has to be simple. So tonight, this is what we're talking about. A simple system of duplication. It doesn't matter your network. It shouldn't matter your network. It shouldn't matter your charisma. It shouldn't matter your level of influence. I mean, all of these things. Mandy, you'll have to correct me. I was telling Amanda before you hopped on. What does Bob say? He says that systems don't fail. Like, people can fall short and people can struggle, but a system never fails. Is that right? How does he say that?
It's very similar, but it's basically like, it doesn't depend on your skills, your talent, your experience, nothing. It's independent of any of that.
Isn't that encouraging, right? Because you might look at someone, like, we don't want to play the comparison game, right? But we do. How come they're building faster? Why do they have more customers? She knows more people. Oh, they're older. Oh, they're more educated. Oh, they live in a bigger city. You know, we constantly do that. But if you have a system that works, then none of that matters. So this is what we are going to teach you guys, so that your chances of bringing on a business builder and signing someone up and having them run with this business and have success with our products and the business is just as strong as me getting someone started. So having said that, Amanda is going to get us started, and she's going to kind of talk us through some really amazing documents that we've set up so that you guys can know exactly what you're doing in this Plexus business that you have. Okay, so Amanda, take it away, friend.
Okay, guys. Hey, I was just telling Melissa and Mandy, this feels like bigger. This feels like too big to miss tonight. Like, this feels like bigger than a product launch. That's how excited I am about this new system that we're launching, because I've been around long enough to hear systems from other jewels and diamonds and what they do to recruit and to get people to silver and all that. And there's nothing wrong with them, except I think to myself, well, I can't do that because I'm not like them. It's dependent on their personality or their skill set or their communication abilities and things like that. And I'm like, that's awesome that that's working for them, but I don't see that working for me or my team. And what we have tonight, guys, is foolproof. It's so exciting. Anyone can do this. So Melissa talked about, right, you're signing up an ambassador, you're signing them up smart with a welcome pack and a subscription. Then what, right? Like, then what? So Melissa, if you want to pull up the two paths chat is what you're going to do. And guys, I'm telling you, these documents are self-explanatory. It's kind of showing a little wonky there on the screen. Let's see. There we go. Yep. Okay. Good. Okay, you guys, I am going to read through this just so you can see how foolproof this is. Okay. So this is a document that you as the sponsor are going to be using. And like I said, I'm just going to read through this, even though I know all of you are capable of reading. So this is the two paths chat. So have a quick chat with your new ambassador as soon as you see their order has processed, right? So your new ambassador just signed up, and you see, like, you can double check in your back office or you got an email or whatever, but you have seen that their order has gone through. And so you do their welcome post on whatever team page you're a part of that you do welcome posts on. And then you're going to send them a welcome email with product instructions and compensation plan information and all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to go back to them. And this is what you're going to say. You are going to copy and paste this into a message with your brand new ambassador. Okay, ready? It says, yay, I saw your order went through and I added you to our team page. I'm so excited. Okay, I have one more question for you. Which path are you most interested in taking at this time? Number 1 is the slow and steady path, and you start taking your products. You're going to learn more as you go and maybe share casually with your friends. Or number 2, the ready to run path, that you want to get your products paid for. Maybe you want to build a business. Maybe you want to see how far this is going to go. You are going to copy and paste that to your new ambassador and wait for them to answer. And they're either going to say number 1 or number 2. So let's say that they say they are ready to run. You are going to copy and paste this next section, these next 3 little paragraphs in response to them. You're going to say, fantastic. The philosophy I have when coaching my team is you jump, I jump. As I see you taking steps, I will walk alongside you and encourage you, hold you accountable, push you out of your comfort zone, and correct. Oh, that's supposed to say coach you at times. We'll get that changed, guys. The key to success in our business is duplication. It's a big game of follow the leader. My uplines and sponsor have been extremely successful, so I don't reinvent the wheel. I do what they're doing, and my team does what I'm doing. Keeps things simple and fun. It gives us confidence knowing we're doing the right thing. There's no need to guess or feel lost. Does all of that sound good? So what those 2 paragraphs do, guys, what the purpose of those 2 paragraphs is, you are laying the foundation and laying the expectations for your relationship with this new ambassador that is ready to run in the business. And you're establishing with them that, hey, as I see you move forward in the business, I'm going to move forward with you. I'm going to run with you at the same pace that you run. And you're starting to introduce the concept of duplication, and you're just saying to them, hey, this is a big game of follow the leader, that I've been successful because of what my sponsor and uplines have done, and all you need to do is do what I'm doing. So you're laying out this expectation, and then you say, does all of this sound good? So you're kind of asking for like a verbal agreement of, does this sound cool? And chances are good that they're going to say, yeah, this all sounds great. So then you reply, you copy and paste this 3rd paragraph, and it says, sweet. First things first, I want to hear why you are excited about Plexus. Why do you think it is the answer for your health goals? And why is this opportunity important to you? I really want you to think about it. Do you think you could send this to me by tomorrow? So you're giving them that first to-do step because they're ready. They're excited, right? They're ready to do something because they've already told you they're ready to run. So this is their first little to-do item, the little assignment that you're giving them. And you're asking them to really think about their why and to send it to you by tomorrow. And they're going to say, yes, sounds great, right? Okay, let's go back and say, well, what if they said slow and steady? You're going to send them this message. Great. That they just said, well, I think I'm more of a number 1, right? And you're going to say, great. Let's get you results ASAP with the products, help you fall in love with them. And I know you'll be talking about them with your friends and family before too long. My first goal is for you to feel confident taking your products and seeing the value in them. I'm going to send you a Get Results with Plexus training. It's about 40 minutes and will give you a mini product training as well as tips on how to maximize your results. When do you think you could have this watched by? So same thing, your ambassador that wants to take the slow and steady path is still just excited about getting started with Plexus. Just because they're not ready to run with the business, they're still excited about the products and getting started and starting this new health journey. So giving them a little to-do assignment as well is going to keep that excitement going until their products show up. And until their products show up, they get to watch our Get Results with Plexus training from the Let's Get Healthy page. And they're going to learn more about the products and the process, and it's going to set them up for success when their products show up at their door. Isn't this exciting, you guys? Okay, so, and then they're going to let you know when they can have it watched by, and you say, and they're probably going to say, you know, in the next day or two or whatever, and you're going to say awesome, and you're going to send them that link, and that link will take them to the Get Results with Plexus video on the Let's Get Healthy page. So make sure they're on the Let's Get Healthy page, right? So that that link works. Otherwise, they're going to come back to you and say, the link didn't work. So make sure they're on Let's Get Healthy. What was the other thing I was going to say? It'll probably come to me. So that is the Two Paths chat. You will have this chat with every single ambassador that you sponsor. And as your ambassador begins to sponsor people, guess what? You're going to send them this document, make sure they have it so that they have the Two Paths chat with all of their people as well. Okay? Told you, this is foolproof. This is exciting, you guys. Okay, let's move on to our getting started document. So let's say your ambassador said, I am ready to run, and you ask them to work on their why, and they're going to get their why sent to you like in the next day or two. And when they do send it to you, you're going to read it and you're going to love it because it's going to be exciting, and you get to have a little bit of insight into why they're so excited about Plexus. And then you're going to say, awesome, this is fantastic, right? I'm so excited. Plexus is going to help you so much. Once they send you their why, you are going to set up a time to go through this getting started document together. And tonight, what I'm going to do for you is walk you through the document as if you are a brand new ambassador. So you're going to set up a time. Now, ideally, guys, it would be great, especially if they're ready to run with the business, to go through this document with them, ideally in their first 48 hours. So if they, get their why to you, either like within 24 hours of signing up, hopefully in the next 48 hours, so in their first 3 days of being an ambassador, they will have gotten their why written down and sent to you, and you guys set up a time to go through this getting started document. Okay. And it'd be great if you could get together in person, but if you're like me, my whole team is spread out everywhere. And so we would probably be hopping on Zoom together to do this. So here is the getting started document. Okay, at the top, my Plexus website. How many times have you or one of your ambassadors said, what's my link? Someone's ready to order and I don't know what link to send them, right? Okay, from the get-go, have them print this out and write down their link. What is their link? So that when someone is ready to order from them, they know exactly where to look. And just as backup, we also said, that you can verify your site under my account in the virtual office. Okay, there's also a spot for them to put their password. Again, how many times does someone come to you and say, I can't log into my virtual office because I don't remember my password? Write it down right here. Okay, this might be one of my favorite little parts about this sheet, you guys. It says, I am committing to myself 1 year of focus on my new business. And there is a line for that new ambassador to sign away their first year of Plexus, that they are committing themselves to this business, right? Guys, how important is this? This step is so important. From the get-go, you are setting up the so important, often overlooked expectation that success in this business takes time. You are letting them know this is not a get rich scheme. This is not like a replace your job in a month type opportunity. This opportunity takes time and commitment and consistency. And from the get-go, you're communicating that to them and saying, I want you a year from now to still be doing this with me. And let's just do this and see what could happen in a year. Did you know that that's why I jumped into the business? Was I watched a Tamara Holloway video and she said that to her team. She said, 1 year, you guys. And I thought to myself, I can do a year. Like I could give that a shot and see what happens. So I love this step. Okay, next we have the customer service phone number right there for them. We have the team page link. And if you are a leader and have your own team page, you could put your own team page link in this as well. And then we have our testimonial page, the Let's Get Healthy. So right from the get-go, they know here are our two main pages that you're working with, your team page and your Let's Get Healthy page. So keeping it simple, not team page overload, and just boiling it down of here are the two Facebook groups that you are primarily going to be working with when it comes to Plexus. Next, you are going to introduce them to their upline. So it has their sponsor, phone number, and relationship to me. So you would, if they don't already have your phone number, you would share that with them. And then while you guys are meeting, like whether you're on Zoom or in person, here's what I want you to do. I want you to get in Messenger and start a 3-way chat with your new ambassador, yourself, and your sponsor. And I want you to start that 3-way chat and just, so my sponsor's name is Rachel. And let's say I sponsored Mandy. So me, Mandy, and Rachel would be in a chat. And right there on the spot, I'm going to send a voice message to Rachel and say, Rachel, I am going through the getting started document with Mandy right now. This is so exciting. I just wanted to take a minute to introduce you guys. And I'm letting Mandy know that you are here for her if for some reason I'm not available or whatever you guys want to say to introduce your new ambassador to your sponsor. It just shows them, y'all, that we are in this together. We're a big team. We're a big community, and that they have more than just you to go to, that if for some reason you're not available, they have more people to go to. So really important box not to overlook. Okay, to-do items. And here's, for those of y'all that love checklists, here's your checklist. So this new ambassador needs to make sure that their 100 PV subscription is set up, that they've written down their why already, and you're going to talk about their goals, their short-term goals and their long-term goals. So have that conversation right here on that bullet point. Social media strategy. Guys, this one is so important for a couple reasons. So you want to let them know that the ambassadors that are seeing the most success in their business are the ones that are posting every single day. And I want you to pause on this bullet and just give them a mini social media training. If you have been doing this business even for a week, you have probably seen what we do and don't do on social media, right? So kind of go over the do's and don'ts really fast with them. Say, you know, we're storytellers. We want to get on social media and we want to tell our story. We want to share. We want to be positive. We want, right? So you're talking about all the things that we do. And then also, I would also give them a list of things that we kind of discourage. Like we discourage really salesy advertisement, like graphics that you find on Google Images. You might want to give them just a brief intro into compliance. Like we don't connect Plexus with medical diagnoses. You might want to tell them that we typically don't post our Plexus website straight on Facebook. And so things like that, right? So encourage them to post daily and duplicate. Something I'm doing with my new ambassadors in terms of duplication is I'm teaching them that we kind of have that one Plexus mentality of stealing posts, right? Like we have that freedom to copy each other's posts, tweak them a little to make them our own, but steal away, right? Like we're one big family. I've had people call it plagiarism, and I'm like, well, it's not really plagiarism. We're just sharing with each other. So teach them about that. Teach them. And one thing I've told my new ambassadors is, you know what? 3 or 4 days a week, I want you to focus on your story. Make a post about your story, your experience. And the other 3 or 4 days, I want you to copy my posts. Find a post that I've made, tweak it, make it your own, or copy it word for word and post it yourself. And so that lets them know that they don't have to create a brand new post 5 to 7 days a week, right? Like they can copy and duplicate. Okay. Have them create their list of 64, and there's that like list of 64 document, the PDF document that corporates put out that's on the team page files, or they could make it on their phone. They could use an Excel spreadsheet. They could just do pen and paper, whatever is their style. We just want to get them making that list of 64. Use the how to talk about Plexus document, which is what Mandy's going to talk about in a minute. Then we want to get them participating in team events and trainings right away. Get them plugged in. If there's a Let's Get Healthy event coming up, let them know that they have to be there. If there is a team event like a slim trial, or maybe your team does Plexus 101 groups, or maybe there is a sip and see locally coming up, get them plugged into those events and have them start reaching out to their list of 64 and inviting people to those events, and then getting them to team trainings or corporate trainings or whatever it is. Get them plugged into the community. And then give them this small list of files to download. And that's my team page, the Inside Out Journey. But that is going to get them set up for when they do get a new customer or ambassador, they have everything they need to email that person. Okay? So, simple to-do list, right? But it's going to get them totally started and plugged into their very first month. They're going to have their list. They're going to have their verbiage, which Mandy's about to give them, and they're going to know what events and trainings are coming up for them to plug into. Have them make their first post. We've provided them with the verbiage completely. They just need to copy and paste it. And then on the back side of that page is a list, a very abbreviated list of training videos. There's the Get Results with Plexus. So they can learn that. And then some awesome trainings on how to be successful in their business. So, excuse me, guys. I hope that this is as foolproof as we intended it to be. Really, what I want a new ambassador to think when they're done looking at this is I want them to go, that's it? Yes, that's it. Like, that's how simple our business is. You just commit to a year and you do this consistently for a year, and we are going to get your business to grow. That's what we want the response of a new ambassador to be. We want them to go, that's it? Yes, this is it. It's so simple. So I am going to pass it off to Mandy, because you guys, this document that she has created is priceless. I'm so excited about it.
I was just going to say the same about the
Hey, I mean, really quick. Oh, it's okay. Sorry, we're talking over each other. Hey, really quick, Mandy, before we jump to you, there was a really great question that Christy asked while we were going live. And when we're looking at the Two Paths chat, that's perfect. We're going to send that to anybody that joins our team, whether they're saying they want the business, whether they're saying they don't want the business. If they are a wholesale ambassador, they're getting the Two Paths chat. You're going to send them the initial message and then go from there. The getting started, Christy asked, like, who are we sending that to? And so how would you answer that, Amanda? Like, who specifically is that getting started document for?
Yeah, I think, personally, I think it's for business builders. So it's people that say, I am ready to run. That you are setting them up with, here's what we do. Here's the steps, and giving them a mini training. And I don't care who you are, you're capable of training a new ambassador in this system, right, guys? So just start thinking of yourself as a trainer. And like, if you need to add it to your affirmations or whatever, start saying, I am a trainer. I can train people. Because that's what this document is. It's for you to train your new business builders.
And it's foolproof, you guys. It's everything you need. And keeping it simple, where we're not overwhelming people or bombarding people. Now, having said that, I agree with Amanda. I think that this form itself is for business builders. Having said that, I think that every single person that joins our team as a wholesale buyer, we should be talking to them about going silver. We should be talking to them about getting their products paid for. And so while you might not be approaching them about writing their why and setting their goals, right? Because they're thinking, no, I'm not doing that. You can still use this form as a resource for yourself. And you can say, let's get a Plexus post out there. Let's just throw something out there and invite your friends to do this. And let's just see if we can get some people to order from you so that you can, in turn, start earning enough money to get your products paid for. And so you can use this as a resource for those people as well. Okay, we have one more document for you. It's that simple, you guys. 3 documents. And honestly, this next one that Mandy is about to share with you, I would have given anything to have had a resource like this. It is so smart, and it's going to be so helpful in helping you guys know how to talk to people and teaching and training your team how to talk to people. So Mandy, take it away, friend.
Okay, so that's actually the most perfect segue, because we want everyone to want this business. Not everyone's going to, and not everyone's going to right away. But what we want for sure is for everyone to be getting healthy for free. And that means that you have to talk about Plexus, which for some reason seems to be scary. We'll talk about deodorant. I'm doing deodorant talks. We'll talk about food and restaurants and vacation. But when it comes to things that are dealing with Plexus, two things. We either freeze up or we vomit. And so I know so many of us have been like looking at our phones, like, I talked to this person, why won't you get back to me? And you scroll and you're like, oh, because I left 8 paragraphs and 5 voicemails for them. Like, they're probably not even through it. So what we want to teach you guys is the very simple conversation process that is going to really do 2 things. And I've never thought about this before, but it's going to do one thing, which is guide your potential to making a decision. And it's going to empower you and allow you to control the conversation. But this is a thing that I never, ever thought about until I was listening to Bob Heilig. When you're talking to potentials, you're actually training them on how they are someday going to talk to their potentials. So if you're talking to them for 20 minutes before they can even get a word in, or you're cramming a bunch of ingredients and stuff, they're going to feel like overwhelmed, and I can never do what you just did. That is a very real possibility. So Melissa, if you want to pull up that document, there are just a few steps that we're going to go over, and really most of it is you hardly talking. I really can't stress that enough, is that we really are not supposed to be explaining and convincing and justifying and begging and pleading and all these things that sometimes we do, that sometimes will backfire and leave us feeling discouraged or being like, I could have handled that so much differently. I just want another chance. God, give me another chance. So here we go. I want you guys to create a very quick 15 to 30 second blurb about why you love Plexus. And that maybe you don't love it yet. Maybe you're just starting. So maybe it'll be what your hopes are, what your goals are, or maybe it's about what your upline has experienced. But you just need a few sentences, a few sentence story. And sometimes people call that an elevator speech. regardless of what you want to call it, it needs to be like quick and it needs to be personal. So Melissa actually gave us a template, like a little format or a guide to use when we're creating this. And it's in step 1, and there's bullet points where you share your history or your challenge before Plexus, share how you were introduced to Plexus, share what products you started on, the time frame you saw results. And I think that that's really important because with both the products and the business, this is not a get rich or a get healthy quick kind of thing. They might experience some great results early on, but I personally say, yeah, my anxiety started to improve. My back pain went away around month 4 or 5. And that's why it's so important to commit to being healthy. I just be careful about how I frame that. And then the best part is ... your great results. So I won't read you these 2 examples because I don't want to be super lengthy, but there's a business example and a product example. And we are teaching to lead with the business and fall back on the products. If you're bold and courageous enough, I would encourage you guys to do that. But regardless, you want to be prepared to talk about both aspects of Plexus. So you've shared this little tiny blurb about Plexus with someone. Now you're going to ask them questions. When people are allowed to talk about themselves, they feel like they're being heard. Sometimes, at least I used to do this, someone would say something like, oh, I'm bloated or I have headaches. I'm like, great, here's your products. Like, here. Instead of allowing them to talk about the things that they have tried to get rid of it, how long they've been struggling, and just kind of getting it out there and going to that place with them, right? So you allow them to talk, and then you say something really simple. Great, you're going to love Plexus. Or I know that Plexus is going to be a perfect fit for you. There's a couple great examples. So we've only said a few sentences to this point. Now, whatever they tell you, you're going to have to share a little bit more information with them. So maybe, for example, they are having some gut issues or bloating or weight loss or something. What you're going to do is give them a third-party tool. And there's a lot of them, and I'll go through this in a second. But the beauty of third-party tools is that it not only gives you third-party validation, which is really important because a lot of people are scared of new things. A lot of people are afraid to try new things. And a lot of people feel like they're the only ones doing it, which can be also very scary. So when you're exposing them to other people that are having great results and other people saying the same thing that you're saying, there's just more comfort in numbers. It's like, oh, well, everyone's buying that grape juice. That's not so scary. Or I guess that was a bad analogy, but you know what I'm saying. It's not so scary. And your third-party tool that you give to them is going to be what is doing the explanation. So again, it's not relying on your skills, your personality, your charisma. You're just giving them information that someone else created. And what that could be is an online event. It could be a corporate video. It could be a shareable in your back office. There are so many resources. And that's one beautiful thing about Plexus is that especially corporate has really stepped up their game in terms of all of the great videos that they have for us on the triplex and the microbiome and all of those kinds of things. But there's always events going on Team Eichenhorst or on your uplines team, or corporates doing things for us. So there's a lot that you can send to people that will do the explanation for you. So the Let's Get Healthy page is what you're going to invite people to. And you can say something very simple. First thing I'm going to do is add you to a Facebook group that my friends and I are a part of, and we share our stories. I'm going to tag you on a couple of posts that I find or that you'll find encouraging. So you're going to search diabetes and tag them in related posts. So again, they're seeing similar stories and they're relating to people. Then you're going to use this key phrase. And you've seen this in the other 2 documents too, how we're framing things. So if I gave you this, when can you have that watched by or participated or whatever? And they're going to give you like tomorrow morning. I need until tomorrow morning. And you say, great, I'll follow up with you tomorrow morning. And if you're really wanting to be savvy and you're doing this in Messenger, you can create a plan that's going to remind both of you that you guys are going to be talking tomorrow morning. So that's kind of kicking it up a notch, but it's awesome. And lastly, you're going to have a 3-way chat. What I don't want us doing is saying, okay, Patty, I'm going to grab my upline, my sponsor, and we're going to have a 3-way chat, because that is going to scare people. And a lot of times they don't even know what those terms mean. You're going to say instead, let me grab my friend Rachel. She's been using Plexus for 2 years, and we will make sure all of your questions are answered and get you on the right products. That's it. And I also didn't ask for permission, because I know that it's in their best interest that they have this conversation with my experienced upline. So I just started chat in it a few minutes, and my upline is guiding the conversation and I'm learning how to guide the conversation. And that's that. It's as simple as that. So what I also wanted to do was just provide in the reach out section some very, very neutral, casual ways of reaching out to people about Plexus. And I won't read those all to you, but some of these are called like the magic message. That was a term that was going around about a year ago, I think. And they're really great to get conversations going, and anyone can do it basically. The last thing on this sheet, I should have grabbed the book, but there's a book called Exactly What to Say, and it is really good. There are probably 40 phrases or so in this book, and I took the top ones that I have been able to very easily incorporate into my dialogue. And you guys, these are really powerful. It's amazing what just 2 extra words or framing things in a certain way, how powerful that is. And it's getting the conversation going. It's setting up expectations. Sometimes you're able to overcome objections and get people talking, or alleviate their worries, or make it sound more casual, or whatever the case is. And so I really, really encourage you to read these and get familiar with them and start practicing, because the more that you try using these, the easier it's going to be to just naturally say them. And I've been using them for a while, and it has been amazing for me. So that is all that really I had to say about that, Melissa.
Okay, let me unmute here. You guys, 3 documents that are so simple, easy to use. We've cleaned up the files on the team page. The most important things that you are going to need to get started yourself, get someone started, talk to people about Plexus, they are there for you in the files. Duplication is everything in this business. And the problem is that we haven't really known, we want to duplicate. We understand the importance of duplication, but we don't really know what that means, what we're supposed to be duplicating. One person does it this way, one person does it that way, one person says it this way, one person says it that way. So now we are all on the same page. And I think it was Amanda, what she said is so true, that we want, or maybe it was Mandy, we want someone that joins us to think, this is so simple. I can do this too. And if you can get someone thinking in those terms, well, there you go. You have a runner. You have a business builder. So in closing, Amanda, do you have anything else that you would like to add or share?
No, but I think what you just said, I was thinking about that earlier, that we all know that belief is the foundation to our success. And so before this person ever tastes their pink drink, if they can look at this business and say, I can do that. I can invite people to an event. I could send people a video, like that's it. Then their belief is built in this opportunity and themselves, all like that, all in a snap. And so That is foundational. And then they try our products and they're like, okay, I'm in. And I mean, that's how I got started in the business, y'all, was I was just like, this is it. Like I get healthy and I tell other people about it. And like, that's it. Okay, I can do that. So that's the goal of all of this. And I hope that you guys, after seeing this system, are thinking the same thing. I hope that you're thinking, I can build a team. I can do this. Like if this is all it takes is walking someone through these documents, I can do this. So guys, our tools in our toolbox are only good if we're using them, right? So these are the tools. They're not going to work for you. You've got to work with them. So use them. Use the 2 chats document, copy and paste it, and use this getting started document with your people, because duplication doesn't happen unless you are actively duplicating, unless you're doing it. So use these tools and you will build your business.
Yay! All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this and loved it so much. I know I did. I already shouted out Amanda and Mandy in the comments. Really, I know you guys are so thankful, and so am I. They did almost all of the work, and I just get to sit here and look pretty. They're making me look amazing. But these 2 ladies are brilliant. They worked hard on this, and I'm really, really grateful. And thank you for you guys. You guys are amazing, amazing leaders, and love y'all. Okay, have a good night, everyone. Bye.